Hello, I'm just waiting for everything to power up. This is Stephen in Wiltshire in England, and I'm going live in several different places at the same time. If you can hear me, then please say hello. I'm just checking my profile. It says I'm live on my profile, which is good. So you'll have to see me. Just say hello. And it says here that chat is ready to display messages. Click on a message to show it on screen. I will do. But first you have to enter a message. Now, I am live on Restream, I am live on Twitch, I am live on Mixer, I'm live on YouTube and on BeLive and BeLive in 5, live on Periscope and live on Facebook as well. Now, if you do enter a message, I'll be able to see it, I can bring it on screen and we can talk about it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a live lesson. I have to create a broadcast for 5 o'clock today, 12 p.m. Eastern. Now the clocks are back to normal, and I'm going to do that using this teaching system, and you're going to actually watch me do it live. So the first thing I need to do is to say hello to Twitch is alive, and Twitch is definitely alive. So those messages are coming through from Twitch. And hopefully I'll be able to see messages that come through from Facebook as well. So I'm going to take those off the screen. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully I'll pick the right tab this time and go over to here. Now this is BeLive Studio 2, and this allows you to go live on Facebook with up to 4 people on screen. And let's get all 4 on. Okay, so this is BeLive. This is BeLive Studio 2, and this is where I broadcast from every weekday. And last Friday was Ask Angelica with myself and Angelica, and this is where I live, which is Devisors, and over there, down there, is one of my show cards. So it's just to show you can actually get 4 people on screen. Now you can't rejig them. That's the order of things. That's the way that everybody looks. I am using XSplit VCam, which means that I can change my background and harmonize things a little bit more blue around the place. Going back over to my studio, which I'll visit every so often, and if you do comment, then I'll take it. I'm going to take off so you can see this a bit better. I'm going to hide the graphics, so you now see my plain Studio 2, and go back to Studio 2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a broadcast on BeLive Studio 2 for this afternoon. I edit the stream title, I select Facebook as the destination, and this is a scheduled broadcast, so I click scheduled, easy enough. The time it's going to go out, and you could all invited to join us, by the way, is 5 p.m. and it's going to go with this image. I'm going to select an image to go with it, and that's the one. Okay, and the image is loaded, and then I just need to say where. Well, it's going to go to the BeLive in 5 page, so I type in the first few characters and comes with the BeLive in 5, and then I can type in the text. Now, as you probably guessed by now, I didn't type that in. I actually cut and paste it, so I need to change the date from March 23rd to March 30th. So I'm going to broadcast at 5 o'clock today with my friend Derek Burrows from Sarnia, Ontario, and we're going to be going live on Facebook at 5 o'clock That's our show photograph, and I've typed in the text and I've said where it's going to go. That's all I need to do in order to actually get out onto screen. Simple as that. Let's catch up with the messages. Alfredo's found us, and Alfredo is saying, what are you using? That's a secret at the moment. And I'm actually in Studio 2, as you can see. And good morning to Rabia. What's up? Right, okay, I'm just going through how you actually set up a stream in Studio 2. And right, thank you for being part of my community and enjoy being part of yours. Let's get together with Dave Burrows, and I'm going to guess, I can't see the rest of that, but I'm going to guess it says play chess. Okay, so let's clear all the messages. I'll come back from time to time to actually look at the messages. So bear with me. I've got 2 studios running, and I'm going to go over to my Studio 2. And if you remember, I've entered that I'm going to Facebook. It's a scheduled show. I've typed in the date and time. I've given it an image to go with it. And what I'm going to do now is just press save. And when I press save, I get told your broadcast will start 30th of the 3rd, 2020 at 5 p.m. That's the beginning. Okay, that's where it all begins. You actually create the show within the studio, and it's then one of your shows. Now, I need to do a bit of, well, let's see how this goes. I'm going to come back to the main studio, and okay, and Alfred is saying, no, it's communities unite, but chess is good too. Okay, well, the comment is actually truncated. Yeah, okay, I've got it now. Okay, so I'm going to clear the comments again. Right, now I need to come back for a second. I'm going to stop sharing screen there, and we're back to me. Now, what happens next? You've created the show. That's the start. What do you actually do next? Well, I'm going to share screen again, only this time I'm going to share a different Chrome tab. And again, it's the Be Live Chrome tab. And this is the show. These are the shows that I have set up. Now, there's the one I just did. So it's a talk show. It's broadcasting community, 30th of March. That's the one. That's the picture I chose. That's the date I chose. And there is the Facebook video. So let's click that link. And I'm going to come back to me and stop screen sharing. Okay, so when you create a show on Be Live, it goes into your broadcasts. It's there. It's got the Facebook link and it's got the studio link, and that's the best way to actually access a show. And say hello to Roz in Southern Australia, and Alfredo saying thanks again for sharing. You're most welcome. This is what I do. This is what I enjoy doing. I'm just so blessed to have so many different options and a new toy, which is just working so well. So you've actually created the show. You've got it in your broadcast page, and you press the link, and it's taken to your Facebook page. Let's go and have a look at the Facebook page now. So I'm going to share screen again, and hopefully I'll get the right screen, because I'm getting more and more screens here. Okay, so that's the screen we're going to look at now. And Alfredo saying hello to Roz, and saying hello to Roz. And new toys are fun. Yeah, totally agree. We need something to keep us amused. Well done. That's it. There are a lot of jobs we've all been putting off until now, and now is the time to actually do them. Okay, so clear the comments there, and here we are. This is, I'm going to take that message off the screen. Ian is saying hello. I'll check in with Ian later. Right, so this may be live, and as you can see, it's got the picture, it's got the date and time in, they're both correct. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to edit the post. Right, so this is the post, and I'm just making sure that it's actually showing on screen. Now, the left-hand side of the post we can totally ignore because that is between BeLive and Facebook. We don't need to touch that. All the keys and everything, we're actually going to be using BeLive. BeLive will use those keys. We don't need to touch them, so forget that. Now, the first thing I need to do is I need to copy the link that's at the top of the page. I need to edit the text so that that link is now part of the post. So remember, it ends in 95. We also need a title, so I'm going to copy the title from there and put the title into there. Okay, so that's the title in, and I'm going to save that. And I do want to save it. So now I'm going to refresh the screen, and this time when it does refresh, you will see that the link given is the same as the link on this page. This is important. When this post is shared, then the situation is that it's going to be shared, and if you didn't have the link, people wouldn't come back to this post. You need to be on this post to comment. Yeah, all comments are on this post, whether you share it, cross post it, whatever, all comments are on this post. So now that I have the link correct, I can copy that text. Yeah, so I'm copying the text, and this is part of promotion. Yeah, this is important. I'm copying the text. I'm going to change into myself because I'm doing the sharing, and I'm going to press share, and I'm going to share it in a group, and I'm going to share it in the BeLivers group. Okay, so BeLivers group, I'm going to put the text with it so people can read it and post. That is now wending its way to BeLivers group. Simple as. Second place I'm going to share it is I'm going to share it on my own timeline. So again, put the text in and I can post it on my own timeline. Okay, so it's been shared twice. And that is the start of the sharing, is to actually share it in two places. And I've done that. I'm going to come back to me for a moment, if I can click the right link. So I edited the post and I've shared it into two places. One is the BeLivers group, where anybody who's broadcasting on BeLive can actually share the show so we get more viewers, and onto my own personal profile so that people who actually are friends of mine can see it and come and watch the show at 5 p.m. today, 12 p.m. Eastern, with myself and David Burrows. That's the start. Now, because it's on the page, I can actually cross-post it. And what's happened is I've reached cross-posting agreements with many pages, as you're about to see. And it means that when I go live on my page, I can go live on their pages too. So to continue the story, let's go back to the screen share. And this is the next stage of sharing. So I'm going to go to the correct page. I just want to make sure I'm on the correct page. That's good. So this is the post. I'm going to edit it again. And when I edit the post, all the information I had in there previously is there, but I'm now going to go into settings. And in settings, I want to go down to cross-posting and see all. When I go live on this page at 5 o'clock today, I want to go live on Blabbing for Britain. I want to go live on I Live Here, LVS 17, a live video hub. And I'm going down, and today's show will go on two of my business pages, Stephen Live and Stephen on Video. Come back via Presso, all is forgiven. It will go live on Talk network, which will go live on United Radio, which is myself and Mons. So when I go live at 5, all these pages that I've ticked will go live at the same time. This is why it was important earlier that I put the link in so that people can get back to the original post. Okay, now I do respect other people's privacy, so although I can post on all these different pages because I've got agreements with them, I don't do it. I only post on pages where I will find an audience. So I'm good like that, and you should be too. And I'm grateful to have all these friends who would allow me if I wanted to. So press done and save and confirm I want to save. And what Facebook is doing now is taking this original post and it is posting it on the pages that I selected. And let's come back to me. Back to me. Okay, so that's the second stage, is the actual cross-posting. And I'm not sure whether comments have locked up here. Alfred, if you're still around, can you just say hello to make sure the comments are still working? Ah, right, comments have woken up again. Right, and over to Roz, and Roz is watching on YouTube. Certainly need to remember to put the link back to the source living streaming page for commenting. Totally, because if you don't, nobody knows where you are. And that's a very important point. If your post is going to be shared, Roz and I agree that what you should do is to put the link so that people know where to find you, and especially true on cross-posting. Okay, so I clear the comments. The comments seem to be coming through in batches, which is reasonable. To put Alfredo out of his, well, Alfredo, I'm on Restream. And basically what I'm doing is I'm broadcasting on the Restream and I'm sharing out. Yeah, and question from Alfredo. Yes, I'm on YouTube on the Stephen Healey channel, and Rosie is watching me there. I'm also live on Twitch and on Periscope, and I'm enjoying the experience, and this is one that I will do every single day. Different topics. Today's topic, of course, is, I'll go back to the graphics again. I'm in the studio here on the new Restream IO studio, and I can bring up graphics, and I could bring up a background as well, and I could bring up a logo if I so wished. And I'll just leave that out, but I'm coming back to the chat. So that's it. It's very important that you do put that link back in, as Ross said, so that people know where to find you. And especially, I shared it into the Believers group, so anybody who wants to come and watch live can actually click the link. I shared it onto my personal profile. Anybody who wants to come and watch me live can click the link. But setting up a show is just so simple and so straightforward to do. And I'm going to take that comment off for a moment and come back, and I'm going to share screen again. And this time I'm going back to the studio. So I'm in BeLive Studio 2 and I'm using Restream to promote BeLive. I don't have a problem with that. It's the ability to actually hop in and out from the studio. Now, what I can do, because you can actually watch what I'm doing here, is I'm going to get rid of that. So anything that's in the studio stays in the studio. And it's only when you remove it that it actually disappears. So I'm going to drop that photo down. And I'm going to bring that photo up, switch the photographs about, and I'm going to drop the photograph with Angelica off the screen. And I'm going to bring the photograph, if I go to the right, I'm going to bring the photograph with Fons onto the screen. And Fons and I will be on tomorrow at 2 PM in the UK. And anything goes. Not sure where yet. I'm going to speak to Fons later. Right. What I can do is I can upload an image, and if I just go to upload an image, no, not that one, go to upload media, and I go to my BYTC folder. There's the image that we're going to use on the show later today, so I can open it. It will appear Studio, and I can take the picture of devices off the screen, so I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to pick up the picture of David and myself, and there we have it, and I'm going to make it full screen. How do I do that? I just press solo. So this is at 12, well, it is actually at 12 p.m. Eastern today because the clocks have changed, and that'll be myself and David joining Sarnia, Ontario with Wiltshire in the UK. So I'm going to take solo off there and come back to me. It's always better when you actually appear on screen. Now, Be Live Studio 2 is my favouriteest system ever, and it just gets better and better. The video quality is improving day by day, audio quality as well. Lots of good things to look forward to. And at the moment, we are on the 30th of March. Today and tomorrow, you can actually use Be Live for free. You can do as many shows as you want today and tomorrow. All you need to do is to go to be.live, sign up, and you can broadcast for free. You could start now, you could finish at the end of the 31st. So many shows as you like for the moment, waiting to hear on what's going to happen going forward. And Be Live is the best way to keep in contact with your friends and family. And I'm going to come back to me and take the screen share off. Okay, so I'm back to me. I'm going to take the graphics off too. So that overlay is going to go. So you're back to me, and I'm going to go back to the chat. And all right, okay, and over to Church IT Support, Inglewood, Southside Christians. You do amazing work. This is Alfredo's brand channel for the local church. Brilliant. And new messages, I'm going to scroll down, and thank you for that, by the way. And Ros is saying Church IT Support, Inglewood, Southside Christian. It's certainly great technology, and Stephen Healey does a wonderful, I'm going to hide that, I can read it. Wonderful job of explaining it all. It's my pleasure, Ros. Always new things to be explained, and I'm looking forward to new things happening all around us in the coming weeks and months. I just love the fact that I can now live broadcast from here to Twitch, Facebook, Periscope, Mixer, YouTube, and I'm live on Facebook in 3 different places. And this is the beginning of something. At the moment, I can see comments which are public, but I can't see comments which are made within the group. So if you are watching in a group, then I will get to the comments later. But this is exciting stuff. So I've been through basically setting up a new show, promoting that new show, and where do we go from here? If you've got any questions, then please do ask. I'm just watching a clock, and I'm going to, obviously, this is the first time I've ever done this, so I will be watching this back with interest. I don't normally watch myself. In this case, just want to check the quality on each of the platforms. It's my first time. Okay. Right, okay, I'll give you the full list, Lillian. And hello, by the way. I'm going to Twitch, my personal profile on Facebook, my Periscope account, and therefore Twitter. I'm live on Mixer, YouTube, and Facebook group 2, Be Live in 5, and Live Video Hub group. So that's where I am live at the moment. I could go live on up to 30 different platforms at the same time, and as Ross proved earlier, and thank you for that, Ross, I can see the comments on Facebook and on YouTube. They're just so well displayed in chronological order, and if somebody wants to come, I know that Twitch is running too, because one of my messenger bots on Twitch came through, and That is good. Okay. This is Restream.io. Free version, you can go to certain number of destinations. Then you've got different tiers depending on how many places you want to go live to in the same place. The difference now is that if you're broadcasting solo, Restream has its own inbuilt function, and this picture is coming straight from Restream. Also, as I showed a moment ago, able to, because I'm actually using the screen share from Restream, I can actually hop into my studio and I can demonstrate things. Can't do it from NIMBY Live because I get a picture-in-picture effect and infinity and nothing would go right. Whereas if I screen share my NIMBY Live studio, I can show everything that's in the studio. So it just works, and this is a great way to actually, and I'm going to be going live continuously from now on, every day, every weekday, talking about different aspects of Be Live and going behind the scenes of Be Live and possibly other places as well, but mainly Be Live. With Be Live, you can do so much. It's the most fully formed, it's got more functions than any other package that you care to name. And I mean, I've been broadcasting here since October 2016, so 3.5 years going live on Be Live, and followed the development through to today. And it just keeps, what can I say? It just keeps getting better. So back to the chat. And this is one of the things I'm going to do, is I'm going to be on the ping over to YouTube, back to Facebook, and question. Yes, you can go LinkedIn if you've got permission to go live on LinkedIn. I don't have permission to go live on LinkedIn, but you can reach Stream.io. And I've applying for a third, perhaps third time lucky. It's, I don't know. I think quite a few people, I'm not alone, quite a few people have got this thing. And I'll keep trying over there. Watching on Facebook, video is perfect, but sound is clipped occasionally. Okay, I'll check that back afterwards, Tom. Thank you. It could be in the studio. In actual